Good day guys, welcome to my channel. In this video today I'm going to demonstrate how to build and use a simple user form in AutoCAD. I built a simple user form here which I'm going to demonstrate to you. Here's a simple user form. Once this allows you to draw a circle, a rectangle, and a polygon. For instance, if I select circle, it will ask me the radius. And if I put 500 millimeters radius, click on draw. Here's the circle. It gives you the circle and the diameter, and the name, the area of the circle. If I select again a polygon, it will ask me the side length, the number of sides. If I put here, it's another 500, the number of sides, let's put 5. Click 5, it will show you. Here's the polygons, 5 side polygon. Area is 4.3 and each side is 500 millimeters, 500. And if I select now 4 sides, 400, and this is 4 sides. This is going to draw a square. Here's a square, and that is so you can draw a polygon, can have as many sides as you want, and any length of the side may be of any length. So that is if I select a rectangle, let's put 350, the width, and the height is 700, and here's a rectangle. Here's a rectangle with the area and the dimensions. And then what else? Did we draw the circle? Yes. What else? Let's do another polygon. This time I will put 20. Let's put it 350, and then 20 sides. So there's 20 sides, and then if we draw, and it's messy, so let's draw it somewhere else now. Let's just draw it now. Put 350, and then 20 sides. Here we go. Yes, your 20 side polygon area is 38.7 square meters. So this is the advantage of using a simple user form rather than try to draw this with AutoCAD command as we normally do, but it will take you a lot of time. So to make it easy, you can just build a user form like this and add some code to improve your productivity. I will take you now through to the visual editor, the visual basic editor, where we are going to create the form, add some code to do exactly what we did on the other form. To go into the Visual Basic Editor, Either you come here into manage the Visual Basic Editor. Clicking on this will take us through to the Visual Basic Editor, or you can tap in command VBA IDE. Take you back to, so these are the two ways to go to the Visual Basic Editor. Once we are in the Visual Basic Editor, we need to create a form. To do so, we can go on top here, insert. On insert, user form, you can click on this, or we can right click where in the project where we want to input our thing. We right click here and set insert user form. Here is the user form. It's blank, so we need to add some controls like labels, text boxes, combo boxes. In our case, we have one combo box. We have one combo box and two text boxes and two comment buttons and some labels. Okay, let's go back to our user form. Here's our user form. We need to add first a frame, because on this is a frame here, so all these controls are in the frame, so we need to add a frame. This is a frame here. You select it and put it into your user form. Must go a bit quicker. Now I don't want a user form to have a title, so I must remove the title. I must then add a label. I will call this objects. Let's change the font size. Let's put it yes, let's give it a name. Change it from label 1 to is good practice to name all your labels or controls. So let's call it label object. Okay, let's add now the combo box. Here's the combo box. Let's call it CMB objects. CMB object. Let's just increase let's put it 19, and let's add another label for the width. I call it let's increase the font size. Let's call it label width. Label width. And let's add a text box that will receive the width of the rectangle or any other. Let's call it text box width. It's always good to name all your controls. Easy to track them into your when adding code or modifying your code. It's always good to know what you're changing. Okay, now let's add another label for the height of the rectangle. Increase the font size. Let's add another text box. The height of the text box to 19, and the name of the text box, let's call it TST height. Let's align it. Yes. Good. Okay, let's add another label for the unit. Let's increase the font size. And we can also copy and paste at the bottom. Okay, here we go. So now we're almost done with this control. Must add now the button. There must be two buttons like on the original, the one we used earlier. One for draw and one for cancel, in case we wish to stop the process. Increase the font size as well. So we can try this by clicking the run button. There we are. Here's our user form, but now the user form is blank, can't do anything. We need to add some code into this user form so that he can do what the original user form is doing. Let's close it. As if you notice, we have to just create a custom button which allow me to call my user form. So we will do the same. I will just quickly show how to create a search button before we continue, because I would like to call our form from the workspace. I don't want to go to every time go into the Visual Basic Studio to run the code. To do so, let's create a quick add a button quickly. We go from manage. Let's show how I open this window. From manage user interface, select user interface, ribbons. Let's first create a tab. You can create a new tab. Let's call it new tab, like that. New tab. I will call it new tab, and I will also create a panel. Also create a new panel. form. I call user form. Okay. So we have created a new panel. We are now going to drag it into our new tab. This is our new tab. So I'm going to drag this new panel into our new tab. Let's go quickly. Looking for here is our new tab. Bam. It's already there. And let's now add the tab to our, let's add this tab to our current workspace. Let's add it. As you can see, if you are click here, it's already added here. If you are apply, okay, so our new tab is going to appear here now. As you can see, here's our new tab, user form, but it is currently blank, so we need to add a button on that. So let's go back to our panel and add a button to our panel. To do, let's just create that button, create a new button. I will select just any random icons. I will select any random icon, like take this guy here, and I will call it load user form. Description, just a simple draw objects. No have file. Let's add a macro. Let's create a macro that will open our, let's create a macro that is going to open. Let's close this one and save it. Let's create the macro that is going to load our form. To do so, I would like to create a new module, to insert a new module. I will call this module draw objects. I will call it draw object, and in that I will create a subroutine load form. And then in that the code will be the name of our user form is user form 1, so I will call it user form1.show. There we go. So the module is draw object and the code is load. The subroutine is load form. This is a macro that I need to call from our button. Let's go back to our user interface quickly and load the button. A ribbon, no, we need to, we called it earlier, load form. There you go. Here's our thing. Here's a command we created earlier. I just want to assign VBA run. is draw object, and then the subroutine is load form, okay. So we just now I need to load this button to our panels. Here's our panel. I need to go this way. Yes, our button is loaded. So if I click apply and close the window, then if I go here into, see, here's our button created. If I click on it, here's our form. Our form is appeared. Currently, as I said, our thing is still blank, nothing working. Now let's go and add some code into our form so that it can do something.